So right now we are watching a live brain surgery as these guys are trying to remove part of this 28-year-old Aidan's brain, in part to try and keep him alive, and in part because they're going to use some of that brain to try and help find a cure for Alzheimer's.
We all have loved ones who've suffered from illnesses like cancer and Alzheimer's. But can cutting-edge research using living human brain tissue unlock the cure?
Now we need to run.
Now we need to run?
Now we need to run.
How much time do you have between getting it out of Aidan's head to getting it to your lab?
15 minutes.
The man I've been watching undergo complex brain surgery is 28-year-old Aidan McAllister from Scotland. A healthcare worker with a tight-knit family, last year Aidan had a sudden seizure and was diagnosed with an aggressive, cancerous brain tumour, about the size of an egg. His prognosis depends on how he responds to treatments like this. But there is a glimmer of hope. Aidan is being treated by pioneering scientists in Edinburgh. They've asked him to donate part of his live brain tissue so they can use it in the lab, hoping to find a cure for neurological conditions like Alzheimer's. He agreed. We caught up with him the day before he went under the knife.
What is it like being diagnosed with a brain tumour in your 20s?
When I first got diagnosed, I ran away from my mum, my dad and my sister. I think I had like a small panic attack. Some mornings I would wake up and I'd forget, and then you sort of remember, and then it's like slapped back to reality a wee bit.
4 years ago, Aidan's mum died of cancer.
You know, you're very acutely aware of the reality of cancer.
Yeah. Like I just went and wrote a will last week in case I maybe can't make decisions for myself after the surgery. Like I'd always thought I was going to go and maybe marry someone and have children and have my own house and stuff like that, and that's probably not going to happen anymore.
By the grace of your Holy Spirit, cure the weakness of your servant, Aidan. Heal his...
That's what was taken away from me, not just time, but what I was going to be able to do and stuff like that, yeah.
Death has stalked the McAllister family. Aidan's granddad is also on his mind. He died of Alzheimer's just a few years ago.
Were you close to him, your granddad?
Yeah, really close. He just stayed across the road. Every day he would be over here or I'd be over there.
And how bad did his dementia get?
Oh, really bad. He didn't know like who he was, who we were. I think it's just a brutal disease. So if I can donate to help people like that and people like my granddad, definitely.
The next day, Aidan hugs his family goodbye. While neurosurgeon Dr. Paul Brennan briefs his team on the surgery, something we've been given special permission to film.
How are you feeling about the operation today?
Good, yep. Aidan's up for it, Aidan's planned, so everyone's ready to go ahead.
Yeah. Any major concerns?
We've always got concerns. These are big surgeries for patients. There's lots of potential risks.
In order to clear a path to Aidan's tumour, doctors will need to drill through his skull and cut a hole in the outer brain. Taking this route has minimal impact on his brain function. Normally, that bit of brain would be thrown away. In Edinburgh, neurosurgeons and scientists realised they could use this living human brain to research neurological disorders, something that's normally done using either rodent brains or those of deceased humans. But the living human brain responds very differently, and using that could massively speed up the search for curing diseases like brain cancer, but also for researching Alzheimer's.
We're going to come through the temporal cortex down towards the tumour, and then it's quite a large thing, so we'll be tackling the safer bit of it to start with.
Absolutely mad. You can actually see Aidan's brain right now.
So this is the bit I'm going to hand off.
The brain tissue is now coming out, and normally that would be thrown away, but instead these guys are going to be handling it.
You happy?
This is the moment that scientists Claire Durrant and Alsadeg Bilal have been waiting for. A precious piece of living human brain.
So I can give you the whole thing? Okay, thanks very much.
Their goal now is to keep it alive for long enough to race it across to their lab.
So Al-Sadegh has just dissected out the piece of tissue and he's separated tumour from normal brain tissue.
Now we need to run.
Now we need to run.
Now we need to run.
So at the moment, this piece of brain thinks it's still in the brain, but it's got very cold.
Don't drop that.
No.
I don't think anyone passing by will suspect that what you're carrying there is a live human brain.
So Al-Sadegh's just going to have a look now, and you can see tiny little piece of brain, but from this we could get, many different types of experiments, so it's a really precious piece.
To think that just a few minutes ago this tiny bit of brain was inside Aidan's head, used to process thoughts and everything the brain does, and now it's in this lab being sliced up for experimentation. Incredible.
In a world first, Durrant's team has extracted toxic proteins from the brains of individuals who died from Alzheimer's and applied them to living human brain tissue. This allows researchers to see how the brain interacts with toxic Alzheimer's proteins in real time and how the structures of the brain are lost. It could open the door to developing drugs that will slow or even halt the progression. Aidan's brain tissue has been cut up. Half will go for dementia research and half for tumours.
So this is looking at a live time-lapse recording of our patient's brain tissue. What we're looking at here is the immune cells and the tumour cells.
So it's interesting how they interact with each other, which ones kind of are the stronger.
And it's the first time someone's ever shown this as well. It's the first time we've ever seen human immune cells actively eating up tumour cells in the brain.
So whilst we've got very clearly a tumour battle going on here, in Alzheimer's disease there's lots of battles taking place.
So many people have a story about Alzheimer's. My grandma actually just recently died from dementia.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know that you also have a personal connection, is that right?
Yeah, so my grandmother died with Alzheimer's disease in 2018. So she came to our wedding in 2017, had an amazing day, and then completely the next day had no recollection of having attended at all. So it can rob you of knowing the people closest to you. And I can't think of a better way to spend my professional life than trying to ensure that other people don't experience that.
What's the timeline? How long are we talking till there's a cure for Alzheimer's?
So I think we're at a really exciting period in Alzheimer's disease research. I mean, I would certainly hope that within my lifetime, but we're seeing steps all the time.
Aidan is now recovering back home in Fife.
Hi Aidan, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you doing?
Looks like the swelling's gone down.
Yeah, the swells went right down, yeah. I'm getting my sutures out today, actually.
And did he tell you how much of the tumour he was able to remove?
He says he's got a fair bit of it out. He had to leave a little bit towards the brainstem, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was happy with it, I think, how it went overall.
That's good. That sounds promising.
Depending on what it is, like the treatment plan, maybe like chemo and radiotherapy and stuff.
So still a bit of a long path ahead, potentially.
Yeah, aye. I just take it day by day at the minute, really.